So this time we're talking about Crucifer. All you old fuckers probably remember this band. They put out a bunch of releases on Wild Rags. So classic. So that's a fucking great fucking roster to be on, fucking Wild Rags. And I was always familiar with this band. Obviously I talked about Wild Rags before and I bought shit. And actually for me, my first thing I got from them was the Pictures of Heaven album. And then also with the Separation. I bought both those on cassette, which I have them over there. I just didn't dig the motherfuckers out, but I still have the original ones from Wild Rags.
I am sanctified as my life reflects before my eyes. I want to win the prize. My eyes to the skies. The world is full of.
And I liked it. They have a very thrashy, just like in the early 90s. There was a lot of fucking death metal bands that had it's death metal, but still had a very thrashy sound to it, and Crucifer was no exception to that. And looking at that, I really liked that early shit. And also, it's interesting how I kind of got in contact with Crucifer. They reached out to me. We were talking through Instagram, and actually, the guy from the drummer, he put a big ass long response comment on the Wild Rags video I put, and it was pretty informational. I mean, it was a lot of shit, but he kind of gave his story because he worked directly with Wild Rags, with Richard, whatever the fuck his name is. So he has more insight. Me as a consumer, I just bought the shit. I never got ripped off by them. I got the Wild Rag magazine all the time, and I had nothing bad. But other bands say bad shit about them. So, but going from his point of view, he talked to him directly, so it was more realistic to hear from him. So, I mean, I'm just going to paraphrase kind of what he said, because it was pretty cool stuff. He said he was he was on the label for 5 years, and they had no problem. He said, what was it? He met Richard at the Milwaukee Metal Fest, number 7, 1993, which, fuck, that was very cool. He said his daughter was always very cool, and yeah, he has a lot of great things say about Richard and Wild Rags. Said a lot of the stuff he thinks was most likely a miscommunication with parties, and how they were a small label and you don't sign a contract with them. You pay, just like with a lot of other typical labels, small labels, you pay for your own studio stuff, studio time, and then the label pays for the production and whatnot. And you don't get royalties, you get copies of CDs, whatever. But what he says here, it was very good stuff. I mean, he had no problem with it. There was no contracts. What else here? I'm just kind of running through, because it's kind of going on, talking about basic stuff about, royalties and stuff. And if you want to look at the comment, go look to the actual Wild Rags video I did. We post on there. But it's very cool. He says his personal experience was always professional, and he would love to hear how Richard is doing now, which I don't know. I'd be curious too where the motherfucker is. But for me, I always loved the label. But Crucifer, you go look at their discography. They had some cool shit. They had their first demo in 1992, Festival of Death, a cassette. But I didn't have that. Like I said, my first thing was Pictures of Heaven, which is really cool. A very thrashy sounding album. But yeah, so basically, we've been talking with the band, and actually they just came out with a new album, Hell is for the Hopeful, but they're also, all their old stuff is getting reissued, which is really cool. CD and vinyl. Vinyl, so you fuckers that like records, you can check it out. Their fucking Bandcamp has all that stuff on there, even from the Beyond the Realms, which is one of my favorite by them. I like that fucking just raw sound. Beyond the Realms really grasps that. Then you got the Separation EP, which that's a cassette I have. I really like that too, but honestly, my favorite is this reissue here of the Festival of Death. And for me, I love that art cover. That crucifix looking, whatever the fuck you want to call it, ragged ass man crucified on here. But it's very, I don't know. I don't want to say the word juvenile, but it's not picture perfect, but it works perfectly for me. That's the kind of art I like for albums right there. Not that fucking nice, fancy looking shit.
The world is great. The people alone. My own existence. Great out.
Festival of Death, great album. I really suggest anybody picking that up, especially the vinyl edition. Really cool stuff. Thrashy. And they've got a what the fuck's it called? Like a special edition gatefold vinyl. I think it's gatefold with the lyrics. Check that shit out. And then, of course, Pictures of Heaven. That's the one I have. I like that one a lot, too. Very nice. Again, death thrashy.
Living day by day, just waiting away for you think about God from legal.
They reissued Pictures of Heaven with a 30th year anniversary. It's like, fuck, 30 years? God damn. The only thing about it, it's just, they changed the cover. They used the same tower. It's on the original, but they added some other art on here, which I like the original better. I just like, old movies and people re-edit them and try to make them better. I wish they would have kept the original how it was, but whatever. It's still not bad. It's fine. But I like the original because that's what I'm used to seeing. But they had that in Gatefold LP. Really good fucking album. And now their newest album, Hell is for the Hopeful, which I have right here. It's a good album. There's some really good riffs, some great guitar playing, great overall instrumentation.
You can deep inside your mind, feeding off your anger. It's to me that you can find your deepest desires. Stress.
I like the album. I mean, it's honestly, for me, the production is a little too clean for me, but I know a lot of the older bands are coming back, them Morbid Saint, and even Violence has a new album out, and it has that real slick production. And some people like that, especially in thrash. If you like that, that's fine. I would rather have heard this little more raw sounding, but that's me. I like stuff that sounds like shit, so I'm finding out a good fucking person to ask about this. But the songs, I mean, it's great. And don't get me wrong, the production is not like it just sounds like pure shit. It's still good. I still suggest getting this. I like the album. The only thing, I'm just got to be honest, I don't like the fucking artwork. It looks like that AI fucking bullshit. So, hey, the music is good, but hey, I gotta be honest, I can't fucking lie. I'm not a fan of the artwork that's on here. It's just, to me, it ruins a really fucking good death thrashy album. It's just, I don't know. What does everybody else think? Some people will probably like this because I know a lot of people love this band. I like the band too. I'm not saying the band sucks. I'm just not a fan of the artwork on here. But does that tell me, would I still not buy this? Fuck yeah, I would, because the music is fucking good. Just fucking thrashy death. The vocals seem, the vocals have always been kind of a shouted, kind of a tamer version of Malevolent Creation, Brett Hoffman vocals, kind of. It's always kind of teetered on the death, thrashy sound. On here, they seem a little more tame, I guess you will. It's still good, but honestly, I'm not gonna lie, my older stuff, I fucking love the original stuff better, but this is still fucking good. So check it out. They got their fucking Bandcamp, and they got a lot of cool shit, a lot of merchandise, t-shirts and stuff. So it's cool. Actually, they had that Festival of Death long sleeve shirt, which looks fucking cool as shit right there. I like that shirt. That fucking art, that's my kind of shit right there. But overall, check the motherfuckers out. Old school death thrash from Wild Rags. All this shit's reissued. Check it out, motherfucker!
Pressure to achieve your goal.